So we have a variety of different companies out there, from Nobel, Astra, Straumann, and 3i and Zimmer, and they all have their unique selling features. The Nobel replaced with its tri-lobe, then they introduced the Nobel Active with a internal bevel, internal hex implant, very aggressive threads. We'll talk about that one. Astra claims that its micro threads reduce crestal bone, and they demonstrate that by comparing it against 25-year-old external hex implants that required countersinking. Now they've come up with a new profile implant, they call it, a tapered top. We'll talk about that, but that's to differentiate again. Straumann differentiates by packaging their implants in sterile saline and claiming they get faster healing with that hydrophilic surface that they create. The fact of the matter is that they've missed the point. The point is, how much initial stability can you get so that you can immediately load, not how much torque it takes to unscrew an implant at the 4th week. So their implants are straight with minimal threads, and they can show studies with higher percentage of bone contact or torque at 3 to 4 weeks, so that you could load it earlier, but there's nothing earlier than immediate, and that's what you want to be looking at. When they finally made a small diameter implant, they realized they had to get away from pure titanium, so they came up with an alloy, but didn't want to just come up with the same alloy everybody else was coming up with, so they came up with one that had zirconia mixed to the titanium, which makes it more brittle, called it rock solid, and that's their unique alloy. You have 3i, which is all about acid etch surface, which frankly are too smooth. I stopped making acid etch surfaces in '92. And Zimmer with their trabecular metal porous surface, and that implant has its limitations. So what is Implant Direct's unique selling proposition? Quality, innovation, compatibility, selection, service, and value. We were rated the highest in customer satisfaction of the 7 premium companies through a Millennium Research report. We have the broadest selection of implants, compatible with popular industry implants such as the Nobel Trilobe, Straumann Octagon Connection, and Zimmer MIS BioHorizons lead-in bevel connection. And then we have some implants that are unique to ours, and we'll be talking about those. Here's an article that just came out October 23rd, analyst report, dental implant update. Between a rock and a hard place, disruption is here. And I was interviewed by this Michael Youngling, and I used that expression, between a rock and a hard place, and lo and behold, it appears in a report. And it talks about the loss of growth of the major players, and it tries to explain the innovation curve from 1980 through 1990, and then the innovation that came along, supposedly, and then how the market is flattening out. I created a timeline to show how Implant Direct fits in. So the Bronnemark implant, first titanium screw in 1965. There were other screws. He could not get a patent on his design because in France they had 2-stage screw implants, but he commercialized it in 78, launched it really in 83. I launched the core vent in 82 with a wide variety of abutments, the screw vent in 86. Core vent introduced the first sterile packaging in 1989, 90. Nobel was still telling you to clean your implants in acetone and alcohol and sterilize them when we launched sterile packaging. Then the report talks about technology improvements, rough surfaces, implant body shape, platform shifting. Well, here's a picture of a core vent implant with cemented posts. So you might say that's platform shifting. Back in 1982, and we had an aluminous oxide blasted surface that was washed with acid, so there's nothing new under the sun there. Implant Direct in 2006 launched the value segment of the market, and the majority interest was sold to Danaher in 2010. So this is an ad that you see quite often in the journals by Implant Direct. Tired of price increases on overpriced implants? It's time for a reality check. Choose Implant Direct for innovative products, great value, highest customer satisfaction. And there's reference to that Millennium study. And then it shows the price comparison, our list price versus the competitors, with our implants having all-in-one packaging, including transfers, abutments, healing collars, cover screws. We just add up those component costs. For Straumann, we have the Swish Plus implant and the Swish Plant implant. We use the Swish Plant here to compare because it has an abutment as part of its packaging, but comparable components from Straumann are $699. Our reactive implant compared to Nobel Replace implant or Nobel Active implant is a huge difference of $494. These are QR codes. If you scan this with a smartphone, you'll get right to our website and be able to watch the videos.